What is up, guys? Jake from One Hive here with our next cleanup video. This one is going to be on the space here that you're looking at. It's a little, usually we don't show them on these lower bases, but I feel like this one really illustrates a good point that a lot of people miss when it comes to laloon attacks. So I wanted to show it. It kind of goes back to the video I put out sometime back of having a plan for your golem. When you're going to invest 30 troop space into one unit, that's a big investment, and you have to understand the reason you're bringing it, have a plan for it, how it's helping your other troops, because whether it's a lava hound or a golem, one of their main roles is just keeping other troops from taking damage. Now, lava hounds go a bit further when they explode to have the lava pups for cleanup, but their primary goal is to absorb damage, and you need to understand how to deploy them to do that. So I feel like this illustrates it. I hope I do a decent job of explaining it because it's kind of a hard concept for me to put in words for some reason, but I'm going to do my best. Looking at this base, the Teslas are in these little compartments he's built for them all around the base here. We're going to look at two attacks. The first one is by Marco, which is a good attack. It's not bad, but I feel like he might not have had a real solid plan for his lava hounds and what they're intended for. The first thing he does is send in some hogs here. I don't know if there's 5 or 6 hogs and a heal spell. Now, that's not bad. You've seen that technique used on some of our how-to videos. It can definitely be effective. But what he gets for that, he takes out these 3 defenses, okay? And he gets the CC lure. So you say, hey, that's good. Yeah, in theory, it is good. But we're going to get to it how it actually sort of hurt him a little later on. He brings the CC troops over, drops an anchor over here, brings them. He also brings witches to kill the CC troops. Now, again, that's fine too. He's bringing them to the right side. The queen's exposed. There's another air defense. This is all sounding really good at this point. But it starts to break down. He brings the CC troops over. Then he brings a lightning spell for them. If you're going to invest in CC troop killing things like witches, don't waste a lightning spell on them. You've already got something to take them out. This guy just had a bunch of archers and his CC troops. Those witches would have destroyed it. Then he drops his heroes here to come in and take out the queen, which they do. And you think, okay, let this develop. He's got witches to tank. There's not just a tremendous amount of splash damage. This wizard tower is in range, but it's going to take a moment for the troops to get in here and get in range of this mortar. So let this develop, and he's going to get the queen taken out, and he's going to get another air defense for his CC troops, and for his clan castle kill troops, and for his heroes. Good plan too. Except for that, then Marcos goes ahead and begins his laloon part of the attack. Sends the first lava hound in from here, then starts sending in balloons. Now, this might have been all right as well, except for one thing. He's taken out this air defense over here. These are low-level air defenses. This lava hound, first one's going to come in from this angle. These balloons are going to take all this out. But now you've got and he's going to send balloons in for this. Then he sends them in, another lava hound in from this side and starts sending balloons in here. Now, everything from about this line over is going to travel this way in this map. Okay, they're going to come in, they're going to take this out, they're going to move this direction. Now look at this area of defenses that until his lava hounds because the third lava hound comes in from the bottom here to tank for this air defense with more balloons, which is fine. More balloons coming in this way. Every balloon that travels to this area, and even ones he sends in here to target this, all of this, let me change colors here so you can see this, what I'm talking about. All of this is unprotected. There's nothing tanking for his balloons here, including this expo as well there. All the balloons that travel in this direction, all the balloons he sends in from this direction, they're wide open. Everything can attack them. Everything can hit them. There's nothing to absorb traps or mines. They're on their own. He's essentially made this base to where this is the only protected area he has for his balloons. The vast majority of the base is unprotected. Because of this, he loses way too many balloons, and this little area right here just basically does not get taken out, and the attack peters out. You've got to think about your hog pathing. Had he just left this up and done this part of the attack, then he could have sent a lava hound in from this direction. Then this whole area, I keep getting too much crap on here. This whole area would have then had something to tank for those balloons. It would have been protected. Then, you know, it's almost better sometimes, I guess is my point, to leave a air defense up than it is to take it out unless you have a good plan for how you're going to take out the rest of those defensive buildings. If you're just sending balloons out there by themselves with nothing to soak up air traps, nothing to soak up attacks from archer towers that now shoot faster, X-bows, air defenses, then you're honestly hurting yourself taking out that air defense and not having a lava hound to travel there, as opposed to just you know, leaving it up or taking it out. You've got to consider these things. So really, honestly, the few mistakes he made, one I think was taking out this air defense with hogs, and bringing witches instead of just letting, if you're going to, and then sending a lava hound in here. If you're going to do that, let this develop. Let your king and queen, your witches, take out this area. And then if he had come in from here with his first hound, with some, or this angle like this with some balloons, then came in from this angle with his second, possibly third hound with some balloons, now all of this has some coverage. And once this air defense goes down, and he's got all the air defenses down, now your lava hounds are still going to tank for you even up into this area, because they're going to go to the nearest defensive building. I know I've scribbled this all up. I hope you understand what I'm saying. Let's watch the attack, and then we'll come back to the drawing board. All right, here we go. You'll see the hogs coming in from the side here. Again, this is a valid technique. This is something that we have used and used successfully. But as we talked about in the drawing, it just sort of hurts the pathing of his hogs, the defensive the defense that the lava hounds provide for them. It messes all that up in essence. But does get the AD taken down, gets the CC troops, brings them over to the side here, and then again you'll see that lightning spell he brought. Just a mistake there. Did have a couple wizards there, but still, wizards and archers, those witches would have demolished them all by themselves. The lightning spell was completely unnecessary. Look how far out the queen comes. She's completely exposed. She's already going to be taken down. Right here, you'll see that if those skeletons tanking, the king out there tanking, they would have gotten a big section of this base all by themselves. There's not even that much point defense there. But he sends in that lava hound from the top. Now, you'll see these, look at here, all these balloons up top already are exposed by themselves. The lava hound's not even tanking. The first one bust. Here comes the second lava hound already in there. Now the balloons are getting there. So much of the balloons were on their own in this attack. Right here comes the last lava hound from the bottom. A few targeted balloons. Look at these down here. All these balloons are on their own. Look at these balloons up top. They're on their own. Nothing's tanking for them. So many balloons in this raid were just sort of left on their own, and you can't do that. You've got to have it. That's what we talk about when we talk about hound and balloon pathing, to where your hounds are continually absorbing damage for your balloons. I would say a good bit, maybe half of his balloons on this raid were left completely to themselves, had to defend for themselves, no tanking available, and that caused the loss of the 3-star here. You'll see he's right there's his last lava hound going down. He's low on balloons already. There's just not enough to get those last few defenses. Not a bad attack, just definitely did not utilize that massive amount of troop space he put into those 3 hounds. That 90 troop space. That's huge. They've got to be giving you something of great value to justify it. And in this raid, that great value was just not there. Let's go back to the drawing board. We'll talk about how Big did it and watch that attack. All right, back at the drawing board, the way Big did it, the first thing he did, which was beautiful, by the way, look at this exposed, completely open archer tower right there. He drops a 1 balloon on it, 1-for-1 trade. Remember, this has never changed for months and months. Anytime you get a 1-for-1 trade, take it. Awesome job on that, Big. Then he simply, no clan castle lure, just simply drops his king to do some tanking. Now, the one mistake Big made on this attack, the queen was standing in this little section when he dropped his king. She's not going to move. She's already can shoot him. She's in range. She obviously walks out in this area at times, so he should have waited for her to step out before he dropped his king, because the king ends up going down much more quickly because he can't get to the queen. He's beaten on a wall, but drops a few troops there, drops the queen behind, and the queen's essentially by herself takes out this air defense. So this works, okay? The queen goes down, the air defense goes down. Then he starts his lava hound attack. Now he drops his first lava hound in from this area. Now look what this does. Now all of this is being tanked already. We talked about how exposed a lot of Marco's balloons was. All of this is being tanked now by lava hounds. Targeted balloons, targeted balloons. Dropped another one from this angle. Now this area, the Tesla and the Archer Tower they're being tanked as well. Targeted balloons, targeted balloons. As this air defense goes down, the lava hounds move down. He sends in another lava hound. Now all of this is being tanked. This whole area here, targeted balloons, and then drops his fourth lava hound, I believe, right here. So again, look at the coverage. Look at what the lava hounds are doing for Big, as opposed to what they were doing for Marcos, which was basically nothing. They weren't tanking anything. The coverage that Big provides his balloons is what got him the 3-star on this. So really pay attention to that. We'll clear all this out of the way. We'll watch it, and then we'll wrap this up. All right, guys, here we go with Big's attack. You'll see, again, the 1-for-1 trade. Perfect. When you're doing an air attack, I mean, any attack, that's a great trade right there. You see the king go down. You see what I'm talking about there. The queen is standing in that little compartment. So the king's spending his days beating on the wall, and you'll see how low he is in life already. But the queen sits back. She shoots a few shots at her, takes her out. I think one of those wizards help out a little bit. Queen goes down. Now this queen's already all on her own, but he made a pretty nice funnel with those wizards. You can see she's going to target the wizard tower. The archer tower now uses the ability. The next one, air defense. Now it goes down, so that's perfect. Right here, here comes the lava hound. Now look at the tanking that they're providing. I mean, beautiful. Nothing's hitting his balloons. The lava hound's getting hit by everything. Another one comes in from the top, followed it up by more targeted balloons. Big brought the lightning for the CC troops. Perfect. Again, just a bunch of archers, basically. So they mostly go down to that. Nice rage placement. Watch again here. Everything's being tanked by these lava hounds coming in from the side. Now he drops a few balloons here. He could have went a little quicker with his lava hound that he sent from this angle, and even those balloons wouldn't have got hit, but really it was just a wizard tower that could hit them, so not a huge deal. The last lava hound comes in right here. The balloons are under rage, about to take out that air defense, and then now the lava hounds are going to run across the base. They're going to draw on fire from both Inferno, or both Expos, the air defenses. Everything is targeting the lava hounds. Complete protection basically for his balloons. It's what got him the 3-star. You'll see he's got one hound left to bust. This hound actually makes it through the entire raid. The lava pups focus on cleaning up those air skeletons. Just a beautiful attack. I mean, this is how you attack this base. One Expo left up there, but watch what happens here. The Expo's cleaning up a few lava pups. But right here, as soon as look at this balloon, it's almost dead. But because he's got a lava hound there, and this illustrates the point of this whole video more than anything, look what happens here. It gets out front, it's tanking. Nothing's going to hurt this balloon. It's completely protected. That's what you want your lava hounds to do. This was a close one, you know, but still, because he protected his balloons, he got the win. The only thing that made this even remotely close was those air skeletons. They did take out quite a few of his balloons. But that's hard to really guard against because it just depends on where they're placed. And if the lava hounds draw aggro first or if the balloons do. But really nice attack, Big. Hope you guys learned something from this. This is something that I see pretty often, sort of like we used to with the golems. So just sort of not having a real game plan or understanding of the lava hounds and what they need to do for you. So hopefully you brought something home with you from this video on that topic. I hope you liked it. Till next time, Jake from One Hive, doing my best to help you guys suck less.